Hey, gorgeous souls. It's Chris Seraphin here with New Earth Readings. Thank you for being here. I am going to now do some channeled readings with Tarot for the personal year 2026 numbers. So, you can calculate your frequency for 2026 by looking up this document. This whole article is available for a free download from my website, mythicunderground.com, and you'll see it on the website. Um, these are the slides that went with the article, and I'm going to just kind of keep this rolling as I'm also pulling cards. And today I am channeling this beautiful Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron Reed. This is the deck I'm using. Beautiful artwork, very uplifting. I'm sure for those of you who've been in my world for some time, you have seen me do readings with this card before. So I'm gonna make a little space for myself here. And I have a beautiful ghee lamp right now lit to my uh, beautiful goddess Lakshmi here. And also a candle lit for Mother Mary. And I have my Thoth altar. Got, got a lot of helpers right now, which is good. We all need that spiritual counsel. Um, and we all have one around us all the time. But today, what we are focusing on is your personal year number and readings associated with that. So before you go into it, let's talk about this past year, or we're still in 2025, but we're moving into 2026. And 2025 was a 9 year. This was a year of completions. This was a year of really leveling up, but it's been taking a lot of energy for most of us to really close out old patterns, old jobs, old relationships. And we are moving into a different frequency for 2026. So we get the 9 year from adding the numbers of 2025. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. That's what created the 9 year. 2026 is a 10 year. And in many numerology practices, a lot of people will reduce 10 to 1 plus 0, which equals 1. So I'm using Tantric Numerology. So this comes from Kundalini Yoga. Um, I just find this to be a sacred technology that is just so right on. It works really well for me. And I think sometimes we get into like angel numbers like 111, 333, 222. Not saying that those aren't important, but it's like it doesn't really call us in to take action. It doesn't call us in to transform, right? It just makes us feel good that we see those numbers. And it's a lovely sign from the universe, from your angels, however you want to see it. But when we're working with the Tantric numerology, we're working with the 10 energy bodies. And in the future, I am going to do like a separate video on each one for the upcoming year. So they'll probably come in January 2026, unless I have time in December. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to really get this done so that you can not only look at like the 10 year that we're going into on a collective level. We're moving out of the nine, moving out of this nine frequency into the frequency of the 10. And this invites us to do some inner work and some physical work. There's all different ways to strengthen the 10th energy body. And we all have the 10th energy body. We all have all 10 energy bodies. There's also a frequency of 11. So the 11 frequency, if you get that as your personal number for the year, It's definitely about you stepping into your spiritual leadership. So it's a very important master number. So 10 and 11 are considered master numbers in Tantric numerology. You do not reduce them, okay? So I'm going to go into how to calculate. Um, okay. Well, again, this is all in the article, so I'm not going to go through this right now. So what you could do is pause the video here and actually calculate your personal year number, which is basically adding your birth month, the birthday, plus the year 2026, those numbers. So I give you the formula here. And so after you figured it out, press play on the video again, and I'm going to be going through each of the personal year numbers. And you could also look these up for the ones you love, other people in your life. Your pets too. Why not? I love when people like really bring their pets and their children and their family members and their lovers into this practice because it's super powerful. Okay, what else do I want to say about this? So, okay, so you have a personal year number, and I kind of am looking at this as layering. So we're all going to have a 10 year next year. That's the collective number. But then you can layer in underneath that your personal year number. So it just adds another dimension, another element, another color, flavor to what this coming year is really about for you energetically, how to evolve in your business, how to evolve spiritually. So, anyways, it's very exciting. I'm excited to be doing this reading for you. Okay, so we're going to start with the personal year numbers 1, 2, and 3. So, when we see 1, 2, and 3, we're looking at new creation, new relationships to ourselves, to other people, depending on which number this is. So it's creativity. It's definitely creatrix energy, which I think is going to be more focused in the 3, but it's definitely focused in the 1 and the 2. Um, and these numbers carry the energy of initiation, sensitivity, and manifestation, but I would say the seed of a manifestation, right? What's beautiful about the 10 energy is it's like the manifestation that comes from working through all of the energy bodies 1 through 10. Okay. If you get an 11 as a personal year number, that is all about mastery of all the 10 numbers. So you are in a mastery year. And the same with the 9 and the 10, there's mastery involved with that. But the 11, it's definitely like that's like a really high frequency that's really about developing in the spiritual gift that you've been given in this lifetime. Okay, so let's start with personal year number 1. So if you got the number 1 as your personal year, you are the initiator. You are here to create something new and fresh in your life. It could be, maybe you end up having to move. Maybe it means you're starting a new job. Maybe it means you're taking on a whole new identity, basically. And it's always about initiation energy. So if you are a 1 this year, you really are leading and self-initiating yourself first. You're not waiting for the universe to give you permission. You're not waiting for other people to tell you that you're allowed to do this. You are the one who leads. So that's a really important part of being a 1 or having an emphasis in a 1 year. Okay. So we're going to add on and amplify what you need to know for 2026 using the tarot. Okay, so for the initiator, personal year number 1. Oh, interesting. You got a 2 card, the 2 of air. So this card is all about the pause before making a decision. And sometimes what this is saying is you do need to make a decision, but maybe you're in between. Maybe you're in that liminal space. So you're being asked to move from that liminal space of I am, I can't decide where I want to live. I can't decide what book I want to write. I can't decide um, how I want to show up as a leader. There's all kinds of questions that will come up because it's fresh energy. It's something maybe that you haven't experienced before or haven't experienced in a long time. And the shift that's being asked of you is to sit with the decision, but really anchor that decision into your root chakra, into earth energy. Get really grounded. Get out of your head. Yeah, they're saying yes, get out of your head. This is not a year to be in your head. This is a year to be embodied in that root chakra and the earth energy of creation, okay? And self-leadership. So now we're going to move to personal year number 2. So the devotee, this is the lover. This is all about someone who is valuing relationships. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the energy bodies here. So I didn't talk too much about energy body 1, but energy body 1 is the soul. It's that flame within your heart they say it's about the size of your thumb, and every manifestation, every creation starts with the soul. So it's the very beginning, right? Like the 10th energy body is the culmination of whatever you created in the soul, whatever your soul came in this lifetime to create. The 10 is like the manifestation because you've worked through all the energies of all the other bodies, right? 2 is considered it's called the negative mind, which is interesting. So that doesn't mean negative in a bad way. It just means subtractive. It means discerning. It's like having boundaries, right? So this could be a year where you're really um, working on healthier boundaries and relationships. Maybe even if you've been single for a while, this could be like really the desire to be in relationship, the desire to connect on deeper levels, but with boundaries in place. So it's also the area of the sacred no. If something feels like a no in your body, really listen to it. Okay. So what do the number 2s need to know? Personal year number 2. If you're personal year number 2, your card is, ooh, the Page of Fire. This is all about a passion project. Now, it could be the beginning of a passionate relationship. So again, all relationships are mirrors of us, of our inner world. So this is saying that you are going to be invited into a new passionate relationship, a new passionate project. Be in relationship to that project. Like be drawn into passion in all its forms with discernment, right? Because we're layering this on with the 2. And let's see what else. I feel like this is also saying this is about authentic relationships for you. Like really stop if you have any people-pleasing tendencies, or you've had maybe you've held back from relationships. You've had fears about being really emotionally connected. Um, and maybe you've had some moments where you've been emotionally withdrawn. So whatever is going on with you, passion is going to take over. You are going to want a passionate connection with the emotional intelligence, the emotional maturity, um, and speaking your truth, speaking your boundaries with love, right? So, so the page is always this is a beginning, right? The beginning of something passionate. So super excited for you. Okay, we're going to move on to number three. We call the creatrix archetype. So, um, and when you go into the PDF of the whole article where really go into more depth these different numbers and the archetypes they're related to, they are also connected to chakras. So the first number is connected to the root chakra, which is why, again, the very beginning. The second number, the second energy body, is connected to the sacral chakra, relationships, passion, sexuality, love, the physical love, erotic love. Three is the solar plexus, which that confidence, that joy, that movement, that will to take action, right? So if you are number three, and the third energy body is called the positive mind. So this is an additive, not saying positive and negative as qualitative or judgmental statements. This is like the positive is like the sacred yes. So you're going to be saying yes to more joy. Yes, it's joy, creativity, uh, I'm hearing like it's similar to the two, um, but I'm hearing like the fire of your creative spark. It's like a creative spark. And it's interesting because there's like a fire here on the slide, a campfire, but yeah, this is really about creating with joy and delight. Okay. So your card for the year to amplify your meaning is the Ten of Air. Interesting. They're asking you to end an old pattern, negative, like self-sabotaging pattern. And that could be through ending relationships, jobs, old ways of thinking, old patterns, because you really want to create from a place of clean energy. I'm hearing the word clean energy, fresh energy, um, joy, pure joy energy. Um, and just knowing that also the universe has your back. So maybe what feels like a harsh ending, just come back to your third energy body, really do things to express and release any old pain, old junk in the trunk, as I like to call it, just old crap that it's still lingering in there somewhere. And the positive mind is definitely the energy body to help clear that stuff, right? So beautiful. Okay, we're going to move on now to the next set. So these are personally your numbers 4, 5, and 6. So this is all about heart transformation. Um, these numbers kind of get us into the center. Like if we're thinking of the body, it's like the center of us. So let's look at number 4. So, oops, and then I'm dropping cards. Hold up. Yeah, so I actually will be having a fourth. Oh, someone's calling me. Pick that up later. Um, I'm going to have a 4 year personal year alongside the 10. So I can tell you that it's related to the heart chakra, and it's actually the energy body that's wrapped around the outside of the heart. And it's really about heart healing, really coming into heart-mind coherence, really about rebalancing, stabilizing energy. Um, it's also called the neutral mind. So two, three, and four are loosely connected here, right? Because two is the negative mind, three is the positive mind, four is the neutral mind. So as we're moving up these numbers and going into the neutral mind, this is the place of meditation. This is the place of contemplation, of non-judgment, right? Um, and interestingly enough, it is the number of the judge. When we are in a collapsed state in our fourth energy body, we have the tendency to compare ourselves to others and also to judge other people and judge ourselves very harshly. So, with all of these numbers, there is a positive polarity and then there's a more like shadow polarity. Okay. So, light and shadow, we're always there, right? Okay. So, if you are also a number four personal year, this card wants to come out. Ooh, we get the Emperor. And look at this, the number four. Wow. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting chills. So the Emperor card really is about standing up as the leader. The Emperor is the divine masculine leader. And it's interesting because 10 as the energy body is also the archetype of the divine masculine leader that we're all going to be learning to embody and integrate in this upcoming year, 2026. So it looks like those of us who are a four, we're really going to be deeply into this. And the four always leads from the heart. So, like the lion, you are leading from the heart. You are leading from a place of strength. And this is also about having all your ducks in a row, like, which makes sense for me because my life this year got super chaotic. Again, I let it get that way. I wasn't always in my most empowered place. So this is really a card of empowerment. This is our number fours. This is our theme, a big theme for 2026. Okay, let's move on to the five. So the fifth energy body is the actual physical body. We like to call this one the liberator. This is the five. If you're a five, you're an alchemist. You're here to liberate others. You have a very strong nervous system, or it could be the shadow side of this is having a very like shaky nervous system. So this coming up year 2026, you're going to be making massive mega change through maybe it's dance therapy, voice writing. The fifth energy body is also the teacher, the writer. So liberation is your medicine, and you can also help others liberate themselves. Okay, one just came flying out. So number fives, you got the two of fire. So this is all about new partnerships, um, really like joining with others. So really, maybe you've been feeling like, oh, where's my tribe? Or maybe you're just finding your tribe now this at this time or this year, the end of this year. But going into next year, you are walking this path that you've started to build. And all of a sudden, different partners are going to come in, different tribes members are going to flow in for you. And you're also, being asked to partner with spirit, partner with the unseen. I do a lot of channeling work right now, especially with Thoth, because he's the one who's come forward. So you might actually get a spiritual mentor, ascended master, mentor, it could be a deity, ascended master, an angel, a guide of some kind coming through this year very strongly to pull you into the next level of your business, the next level of your creative project, whatever it is. Okay. So exciting times. All right. If you are a six personal year, you can't make this shit up. This one flying out, you are the six of air. So the six is a very interesting number because it's the number of the holy warrior, the high priestess. It's the number that is most connected with the third eye chakra, the sixth chakra, right? Um, it's called the arc line, this particular energy body in the Kundalini numerology system. And it's basically where you are really going to this year being projecting your vision out in the world and seeing it start to come true. Okay. Um, I like this sacred guardian idea, harmony, devotion, sacred responsibility, create beauty in environments wherever where love thrives. So you are bringing harmony, and this card in particular means that you are going to be moving from any situations that are not harmonious into much smoother waters. Sometimes this means, this could be a big travel year for you. And maybe it's not necessarily physical, literal travel, but maybe it's like traveling with your mind, like again, it's projecting out into the future, like really getting in touch with who is my future self, and like maybe even doing some identity work around that. And you also might really, your talents and passions may lean towards helping other people find harmony. Um, Finding causes that need your support is also a good time, a good thing for the six. Okay. So, I love this, the essential truth, the middle number, so four, five, and six, teach you to embody transformation with grace, neither forcing or resisting the changes that serve your highest good. And I would say that's especially going to be the number five, because that's a huge transformational number. Okay. When we get the sevens, eights, and nines, those of you who are sevens, eights, and nines, this is mastering completion. So, number seven, this is the mystic, also connected to the crown chakra. The seven is your aura. So, this is this energy body when we really cultivate it. And if you are a seven, this is a 10, we're going into a 10 year. So seven and 10 definitely play very interestingly together because they're both about physically and energetically and frequency wise having a glow, having a magnetism. Um, so the seven, um, I would say this is going to be a glow up year for you if you've just got the seven. And you're like the sacred architect of the inner world, um, which could also translate to outer world. Maybe you're an architect in real life, or you do something around building, businesses or building funnels or whatever it is. The seven is definitely a builder energy. So let's see what card you get for 2026. Ooh, you got the Six of Earth. It's a beautiful card. This is all about bringing balance into your finances, into Also, people who, you might be drawn to people and they might be drawn to you because you're so magnetic this year, who want to help you, who want to lift you up. That could be giving you money, becoming a patron, becoming a client. I feel like you're going to be whatever you're building, architecting, you're drawing in more abundance, prosperity, more resources. So resources coming. Um, and six, again, this is a number of balance and harmony. We talked about this in the other, for the number six, who actually did receive a number six card. So this is interesting. Um, what else would I say about this? This is also the card of reciprocity of equal give and take. So that's a theme that you will be looking into. Okay, let's move on to number eight, the authority. So if you're a number eight, and I've had quite a few people who are number eights for 2026 as a personal year number, it's interesting. A lot of you have reached out to me. So power, money, embodied leadership. This is also the number of the healer. The energy body of the healer. And the eighth energy body is considered the lungs of the spiritual bodies, right? It's connected to prana, and it's also very much enhanced by breath work. So if you got an eight personal year, you really want to focus on breath work and not skimp on it. The same with, I mean, I tell everybody meditation, super important, but especially important for six, I would say six, seven, eight. Eight, you need to put some breath work in there. Seven, if you're a seven, you definitely need to put more voice vocalization, chanting, singing is going to help you glow up. Number five, um, anything that works on soothing and balancing the nervous system. That has to do with like yoga, because five is the physical body, working out, yoga, walks, physically being on the land. Six and four, definitely meditation. And of course, I say do all the things, but if there's only one thing you have time to do, you might need to prioritize. Okay, number eight, your card for 2026 is Page of Fire. So I don't remember who got this before. I think this might have been the number twos, but there is a new passion awakening within you. It could be a new passion project, a new course you're launching, a new book you're writing, a new tribe that you connect with, a new love affair, a new relationship, new job, whatever it is. It's fresh, it's new, and you are just on fire and feeling it and just loving it. Okay. Um, am I recording this? Hold on a second. Oh yeah. Okay. I had a little moment of being freaked out. Okay. So that's number eight. Number nine. Okay. So number nine, if you're, it's interesting because we're in a number nine now, and perhaps you are going to have a personal year nine next year. So there could be some things, some loose ends to tie up next year. So I don't know when your birthday is in 2026, obviously, but you might want to think about before your birthday actually happens in 2026, really do a little bit of a life review, like look at all the areas of your life, your relationships, your health, your work, your money, your spiritual uh, work, whatever it is, to review those little areas of your life and just see, reflect on, maybe do some journaling, what might need to just have a loose end tied up. or final release. Um, because it will help you next year really manifest what you've been working on this year. Okay, that's what the nine is for your personal number. The nine is also the archetype of the divine feminine leader, right? 10 is the number of the divine masculine leader. So these are a pair. Nine and 10 are definitely a pair. Um, so what you want to think about is you are mastering something in your life that helps or that helps you embody being a leader. Okay? If that makes sense. Um, the ninth energy body is also the energy body of subtlety. So you're going to be extra, like it's almost like you have antennas coming off your body and you're just feeling everything. Like you are sensing everything. Things that are not being said, you're hearing them. You can read between the lines. Again, you may have um, some sort of a guru show up in your life, or I'm feeling like some kind of otherworldly being, could be a deity, an angel, ascended master. Somebody is probably going to come in and work with you um, as you're doing this, as you're really leveling up. Okay. So your card number nines, the five of fire. Whew. Okay. So five, this is like a very, I think I'm sensing that, January and maybe into February for you, like the first 5 weeks of the year. I'm getting 5 weeks. I'm getting that that there's some chaos that needs to be calmed because what the nine desires the most is calm, peacefulness, feeling grounded, feeling spiritual, feeling beautiful, right? Because it's the master number. You are a master. So reign in the chaos, and um, it could be something at work or with other people, but it could just even be within you, like how, like really prioritizing things and and simplifying. I'm getting those two ideas for you. Okay. So, mastery isn't about perfection, it's about embodying your truth so fully that it becomes a gift to others. So, we want to think about that, especially with the nine. The nine is the archetype of the master in Tantric Numerology, okay? Okay, so now we're getting into personal years numbers 10 and 11. So, if you are a 10 and it's also a 10 collective year, it's almost like you have double the intensity, double that frequency, double the radiance. So I would just say really focus on the fact that, the 10 is the radiant body, right? It is it's the last body of the Tantric numerology system. It's the body of manifestation. You are definitely manifesting some shiz next year, big time. So you're going to also be asked to really look at any shadow things around a fear of being visible because if you're a 10-10, you are on this path next year of being fully visible, fully authentic. And sometimes that can attract the trolls or even just make us fear that we're going to attract the trolls and people that will want to compete with us, people that will, maybe whatever, put us down. So I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen or not, but what I'm saying is you are going to be the shining, radiant leader. Do it unapologetically. You're going to have so much charisma. Ask for what you want and be that leader. Lead, decide what you want in your life, decide how you want to be, and receive because it's coming to you. Okay, number 10s, you got the messenger of air. So this year is going to be feel very fast, like a whirlwind. So stay grounded. Things are going to come to you very quickly. I think I'm being asked to pull another card for you. Okay. And you also got the Three of Earth. This is all about collaboration. Teamwork makes the dream work. Interesting. What it's saying, whatever you're creating is really going to be appreciated by a lot of people. And this is going to move you very quickly up to your next level. So with that earth energy, you definitely want to stay grounded, right? And maybe have even some like creative outlets. Maybe it's painting, maybe it's sculpture, something that you can share with others, a gift that you could share with others that also brings in that earth physical element to keep you grounded, okay? Okay, we're going to move on to the 11. So the 11, you are the spiritual leader, the divine spark, the one who's come here to master all the 10 energy bodies. So I would say if you're over the age of 35, this might have a different flavor than if you're a little bit younger. Because as a 11 personal year, you are going, spirit is going to be talking to you like you're going to be getting downloads constantly, and you are a natural channel. Now, some people 35 and over, this could really be about you being a bridge for other people, bringing them from the physical, ordinary 3D world into the higher dimensions. Like you are a bridge, you are a portal. So you do have an important part to play this year. And sometimes when we're younger and we get this number as a personal year, it can feel a little bit like a little bit disconnected. Like, I'm not spiritual. I'm not a spiritual leader. Why would I be a spiritual leader? And we don't always have to take things so literally, but I would say keep a journal. We make sure, like, when you keep hearing the same messages over and over again in songs, maybe they show up through other people or books or whatever it is, just pay attention next year to all the messages because there is divinity expressing through you, and it's beautiful, beautiful energy. And so claim it. That's the first step. And sometimes for some of us, if we're, not everybody here is, a psychic channel, tarot reader, astrologer, whatever. You know what I mean? You might be a school teacher, you might be, an accountant, and get the number 11 and be like a little perplexed. Feel like this doesn't sound like me. This is not what I'm into. But claim for this year that you are a divine channel of healing energy, of spiritual insight and wisdom. That's important. So just if you can acknowledge that for yourself, see what comes through. See what lights you up. See what you're drawn to. Just be curious, okay? Um, okay. Number 11, you got the Eight of Fire. Hmm. So this is a similar energy to the Page of Fire. This is a very passionate energy. So this could be in tarot, the Eight of Wands is like a lot of messages and ideas coming quickly and really catching fire. It could be a love affair. It could be going to a place and feeling that passion and joy and excitement of being in a new home, a new job. Maybe it's visiting a sacred site somewhere in the world, um, a sacred place. There's so many places on the earth. But again, this is a fast-moving energy. So kind of like the 10, you are going to be up leveling quickly. So remember, lots of deep breaths, lots of journaling. Try to, for 10s and 11s, really try to find ways to slow things down a little bit. Definitely don't rush from thing to thing. Okay. Um, so here's just some tips. Again, for next year, really check in each month. How am I embodying my personal year frequency? What wants to be expressed? Um, you can create or find affirmations based on your numbers medicine to anchor in that frequency. And like I said, I'm going to do individual personal year videos. So we could do these little check-ins and you can have that at your fingertips, for more inspiration to kind of keep you on this path of doing this inner work, which is really going to make this year so much more magical for you. And it's like the magic of embodiment. We want to embody this particular energy body that is focused on this year. And I'm just going to also say that we have all 10 energy bodies, right? Um, that doesn't mean, maybe you don't work on one. Like in our birth charts, we have these specific energy body numbers baked in at our birth. And have the Tantric Numerology readings are on my website. Please do check them out. You might really love it. I love doing them. So, okay. So, honoring you, honoring your light. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe if you really enjoyed this and want to be notified when I do release new videos. I do astrology readings on here for free, tarot readings for free. I'm going to do some work with Thoth on really channeling some spiritual wisdom and insight for us. He is the Egyptian god. He's got the ibis head, and he is the god of magic of writing. So if you're a writer, if you want to be writing this year, we should talk because Thoth will have stuff to tell you for sure. He's really helping me with my books and my just coming into a little bit more of my own spiritual leadership. So all of that is coming. I'm excited about 2026. I hope you are too. We're going to have a 10-year. We're going to be all in our radiance. And that is going to be just like, imagine like all these souls just lighting up the world together. If we can really embody that energy, really come into integration with it, okay? Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.